Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. If you're planning to visit Puerto Rico in 2021 or you just want to know what it's like for a future trip, you've come to the right place. Here are 5 things you should know before coming to Puerto Rico in 2021. Number 1. Airport forms. When you first arrive to the Puerto Rican airport, you're gonna be prompted to fill out a form by a series of signs and QR codes. This form consists of identification information like names and phone numbers to whether or not you're returning home or visiting Puerto Rico. The main purpose of this form is to verify whether or not you're fully vaccinated and what approach you're gonna take to protect yourself and others around you while you're in Puerto Rico. If you're fully vaccinated, you won't have any issues as you'll just have to fill out the form and submit evidence of your vaccination. If not, you'll have to provide a negative PCR test from at max 3 days prior or 72 hours. I'll leave a link in the description down below for the form just so you don't have any inconvenient delays once you do arrive to the airport. Number 2. Vaccination and mask usage. Continuing with the vaccine topic, most places require evidence of vaccination in order to let you in. Places that don't require it are either running at lower capacity or don't care for protecting you and those around you. If for whatever reason you're not fully vaccinated, you'll have to provide a negative PCR test from at max 72 hours ago to let you in. Can you imagine having to get that test done every 3 days? As for mask usage, indoor places always require the use of masks, and most outdoor public places are a little bit more lenient. However, this varies place by place. For the most part though, Puerto Ricans do use their mask wherever they go. Number 3. Weather. Now, moving away from the virus topic, let's talk about weather. Now, as you probably know, Puerto Rico is a tropical island, meaning that most of the time it is hot. However, this can vary greatly depending on what part of the island you actually end up going to. If you plan on staying in the Metropolitan area at the top or the north, like San Juan or Guaynabo, just know that you are going to be sweating most of the time that you're here. This can also be true during the daytime in the southern parts of the island like Ponce, as it's a more arid, dry place. If you're looking for a colder experience, I would actually suggest staying in the middle of the island. They're densely populated by trees and vegetation, and they're at a higher altitude, which translates to colder, windier areas. Although it's not the usual tourist area, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the amount of rivers and hills there are to explore. Number 4. Language. As you might already know, Puerto Rico is a Hispanic speaking place, meaning that the main language is Spanish. This doesn't mean that you need to know Spanish in order to have a good time. In fact, most people in Puerto Rico are bilingual, especially in the urban areas. Therefore, if you're spending most of your time in San Juan or the metropolitan area, you probably won't have any problem speaking with the natives here while you're on your trip. Number 5. Cost. Lastly, let's talk about the cost of your trip. This again can vary greatly depending on what part of Puerto Rico you're staying and how much you really want to spend on your trip. If you're looking to spend a lot or have a bigger budget, let's say $2,000, you won't have any problem eating wherever you like and staying at most mid-range Airbnbs or hotels. If you're looking for a more premium experience, you can even stay at one of my favorite resorts, El Conquistador at Fajardo. Not sponsored, by the way, I just really like that place. Rates in El Conquistador start around $279 per night. On the other hand, if your goal is to have a budget trip, you'll be better off staying away from San Juan, as that's where most tourist money traps are. Now don't get me wrong, San Juan is a beautiful city with amazing culture. However, since it's close to the airport and it's where cruise ships drop off their passengers, it has a lot more expensive hotels and restaurants. Again, I would recommend going to the middle of the island when you'll find quality hotels from around $80 to $120 per night. Or even consider having a camping trip if you're a little bit more adventurous, as there are a lot of camping sites that run cheaper. For example, one of my favorite camping sites is Hacienda Negron, which doubles as an Airbnb. For the camping site, you only get charged $20 for the tent, and I believe it was around $8 per person inside the tent. Food is a lot cheaper too, since it's mostly local small businesses in those areas. So there you have it, guys. Those are 5 things you should consider before coming to Puerto Rico. I could go more in depth into some of these topics, however I just wanted to give you an overview of what to consider before coming here. If you would like to know more about any of these topics, let me know in the comments below. And if you also decide to visit or you found this interested, let me know by leaving a comment down below and giving this video a thumbs up. But with that being said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.